Welcome to HER Roundtable. I'm Cierra,
And I'm Leslie.
and we are so excited for today's episode. Have you guys ever had a goal? Maybe it was to start a business or a new routine, and you just couldn't start.
Couldn't begin.
You couldn't begin. Well, today's episode's for you, the audacity to begin. So, today's episode, we're talking about the audacity to start. And this is with anything in life, right? There's so many different things that me and you have done within our 30 years of life.
Gosh, don't remind me.
And I think, when I've, been mentoring people for a while now, and people just think that there has to be this perfect time to start
Mm-hmm.
anything, whether that is, oh, I'll start this new routine, or I'll start, working out, or I'll start this new diet, or I'll start this business. It has to be the perfect time. It has to align. All the things have to be in play. And that's not true, at all. You just have to start,
I love that you mentioned that because with the new year coming up, we're all like, okay, new year, new me. Let's do this and let's do that. So there's never a perfect time.
Never,
For sure.
ever. You just have to start, and then you learn, and then you can reflect, and then you can grow from that, right? You started as a realtor last year, right?
Yeah, it's been a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you started, what was that like?
It was scary. So coming from a W-2 job, obviously I had consistent income, and I was in sales, so it was very steady income, and it was a big leap of faith for me. I had actually I signed up to get my real estate license 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I, at the time, decided, let me just stay at my job because I had steady income. I was making really good money, and the fear of the unknown kicked in. So I just said, forget that. I'm not finishing it. And at that point, I mean, a year goes by and I'm just miserable. I have no time freedom, no personal life. I'm a 24-year-old making six figures. I had more money than what I knew what to do with at the time, and I wasn't happy. So yeah, I mean, you have to just decide and make that jump. And I actually come from, my parents used to flip houses. So they had rentals, they would flip houses. So I grew up sitting in all these houses all day while they're working on them, and that's what I decided to do. I decided to, okay, let me take some of this money and buy a house. And I actually it was my first house I ever looked at. I loved it. It was just an all brick house, split bedroom layout, like the dream layout to me. But there was a guy that lived there for 20 years. He owned it since they built it. And it just looked the same as it did 20 years ago, like the blue carpet, everything. But I saw the vision. It did. It had the blue carpet, the dark wood. I saw the vision, though, and I ended up buying the house, and I said, I'm going to live here 2 years. So in Indiana, if you own a piece of real estate for 2 years and you sell it, then you do not have to pay capital gains tax. So I was like, okay, let me fix it up. Let me sell it and see where I am. And maybe I can leave my 9 to 5. So that's what I did. I bought it, actually in November, a very strange time to move. I moved right during Thanksgiving, and yeah, I just took my 2 years and updated it, did the floors, cabinets, the whole 9, and didn't spend a whole lot of money doing it, just cosmetic updates. And after 2 years, I initially rented it out, and then decided I'm gonna sell this because I'm tired of working the 9 to 5. Let me sell it. So I ended up selling it, gosh, in 2023, I believe. 2022, one of those years. It was right after COVID.
Yeah, that time period is
Yeah.
a blur. It all runs together.
Yes,
Me too.
all a blur, all a blur. And I made $70,000. So I said, I am out. You're done. I'm leaving. And at that point, I had actually taken 2 years off work because I was just like, "Well, I have 2 years income. I can live comfortably right now."
Yeah.
But ultimately, just seeing how real estate changed my life, I'm very big on, even in my 9 to 5 job, I led a team, I ran a sales team, and it was very fulfilling to me to help these women that I worked around make money and paychecks and buy their new car and their house and, be able to provide for their kids. So I wanted to do that in real estate
Yeah.
where, hey, like, buy a house because it gets you in the game and then go from there. Even if it's not your dream home up front, it gets you in the game. I call it the get you in the game house. Yeah.
Not your starter house, but get you in the game house. I
Not
like
for
that.
your home, but
Yeah.
you're gonna build equity while you're there, and you're gonna, be able to sell it, and then you have more money to get your next dream home or your more ideal home, or leave your 9 to 5 or flip or whatever the case may be. You can have equity and all the good stuff. So, yeah, I ended up deciding to get my real estate license at that point, and I haven't looked back. I said I will never go back. I don't care what I have to do. Um, I'm gonna make it work, no matter what. And I expected it, stepping into being an entrepreneur or 1099 or whatever the case is, you're not going to make income for a little bit. And on average, real estate agents don't make income for their first 6 months to a
Right.
year. So I had anticipated that, but it went a lot quicker. I actually got my first client off Facebook within like 2 months.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, what is this? Like, next thing I know, I'm like DMing, and then I'm in a meeting, and then I'm like, oh, wow, this is cool. And it's been an amazing year. It's been an amazing year. I love real estate. I love what it can do. I love helping people house shop and do the things and the negotiations. It's just been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you thought about it. You sat on it for 4 years.
Yeah. Maybe even longer.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you just was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna jump in and do it. And I'm sure you've learned lots of lessons within that, right?
Yeah, it's been one of the most challenging, trying years that I've had in a long time. Because I've just been so comfortable. I started my career when I was 20, making, at the time I was making $18 an hour, which back then was like,
That's a lot, right?
that's a lot of money. And then, I got promoted. I became director, and I was one of the youngest directors in the company. I was 24, running this clinic, making all this money, and I'm like, it's great, but the time commitment, being a mom, not being able to be there as much as you want for your kids, it was a toll. So, yeah.
I can relate for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. So you took the jump. It's been great. You've learned lessons. I'm assuming, shaped you and grown you into the woman that you are today, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
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 So, that's awesome. I love that. Which I've heard your story a few times,
Yeah.
but I just love hearing it and just like seeing like your passion behind it and like knowing like I hear a lot of entrepreneurs, they're like, I can never go back to a 9 to 5. Like,
Yeah.
even on the weeks that they're like not making anything, they're like, maybe I should get a job. And then they think about it for a minute and they're like, absolutely not. I could never go back to another job.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I mean, and there are people that step into that entrepreneur role, and then they're like, "This is not for me. I'm more comfortable, better off in a job," and they go back, and that's okay. I think it's different for everyone because it is tough. It is a lot. You're wearing a lot of hats, and it's a lot of stressors and a lot of figuring things out on your own that you haven't had to do before. But it's definitely been a lot of lessons learned, and yeah, I mean, still to come. A lot of things to learn. So,
I
yeah.
love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Because it just shows, our listeners, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to have the perfect plan.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't need to be aligned, but you can make it happen and you can be successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found a lot of like similarities within your story, within mine.
Mhm.
So I started my very first business 2019.
Okay.
So I was 21, I believe. like I said, all a blur, right? But all the same, the early 20s. But I started a cleaning company from the ground up. I was a stay-at-home mom. Husband was working at a factory, and he had an hour commute each way because we were living in Tennessee, so he was traveling in Nashville. And he had a degree and like was not using it. We were just going through the motions at that point. And I had tried getting a job. I was a server. I'd been in and out of the service industry for a while. And I was like, we just can't do this. Like, I don't have I have a great support system now, but like back then I was a new mom. As a new mom, you don't trust a lot of people with your kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, I can't, like, we got to figure something out. And so I was like, I can start cleaning houses. Like, that is something that I don't have to put like a ton of money into. I can just use what I have until I, get more clients and invest from there. And I did that for 4.5 years. And wow. Wow. So many lessons learned as being a first-time business owner. I had cleaned my own house, but I've never like cleaned houses for other people,
Had to answer to other people.
Yeah, and figure out what they liked, what they wanted, how to price. Oh my gosh.
We underprice so much.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I've talked to so many other women that started businesses and they're severely undercharging, and they don't know where to start, and been there, done that. So learned a lot of lessons through that. And then I've had multiple businesses since then. So I've been an entrepreneur. It's almost 2026, almost 7 years now. It's crazy to even say out loud. I don't feel like I'm even old enough.
Yeah, I know.
I don't feel like I'm old enough to even, have that much experience in being an entrepreneur. But yeah, so just like you said, like I couldn't imagine going to a 9 to 5 working for somebody else. I've heard this saying like, choose your hard, right? Choose like what hard you want to go through, because everything in life, there's going to be some type of difficulty to it.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And so choosing your hard, like, yeah, there's going to be hard days working a 9 to 5, dealing with your coworkers, dealing with your boss, dealing with those customers, whatever's going on in that corporate life, right?
Yeah.
There's also going to be hard in business and figuring out, well, I don't have anybody telling me, well, I need to do this, this, and this. I don't have anybody helping me set up these systems. I don't have anybody, teaching me how to be a boss to other people, like, all of these things. But if you want it bad enough and this is the lifestyle that you want to live, it outweighs that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like,
you'll do
tenfold,
You'll figure it out.
You're going to figure it out. And I think a lot of people, underestimate, I guess, how hard it'll be. And fight that urge to like, am I doing the right thing? Like, should I quit?
Yeah.
Every single business owner has had that thought, probably multiple times a month.
Yeah. And if you're like me, I am a very 100% perfectionist. And so I feel like, yes, call me out.
And it's okay. I'm type C. I got a little bit of both going on. So
I feel like everything has to be right at the first time, and I just overthink things, and then I end up not doing them, and then versus just do it, and if it's good, it's fine, and it'll improve. So I think that's another battle, is you versus you.
That is a big one.
Oh my gosh,
that is a big one.
Yeah, you versus you for sure. It's all in the mind. One thing I've really enjoyed about this year is one, I kind of find it fun now as a challenge, where I'm like, let me try to rewire and train my brain to think differently. Let me put myself around people who think differently, and let me have those conversations and stay focused in that sense. So I'm very, very intentional now, more than I've ever been, about what I'm listening to daily. I wake up and I'm listening to like those hardcore motivational podcasts and videos on YouTube where they're like, "Get up, MFer," you know, like, "Quit your
Andrew Daly, is that what you're
Yeah.
talking about? Have you heard him? I think that's his last name.
Maybe.
Friscelli.
Maybe. I love listening to Denzel Washington. He's got
Okay.
some really good ones. Matthew McConaughey, um, Andrew Tate. He's hardcore. Sometimes he makes me mad, but I'm like, you know what? You're right, Andrew. So I listen to that. But it's really a mind. And actually, like, looking back, I love talking about, your past and your history and your story because it makes you reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just so busy in your day-to-day life that you don't even realize how different and how much you've grown.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important to keep that forefront of, especially on the days where it's hard. You're like, what am I even doing? Like,
Yeah.
this is hard. Nothing's working out right now. And then you think back and you're like, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not there. I'm here. So keep moving forward,
Yes. I think owning a business, being a business owner, entrepreneur is like the best, like, self-development program. Like, you don't
Yeah.
think like at all. You're not thinking about it, you having to grow as a person. But if you are not growing as a person, your business cannot grow itself. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you have to, like you said, rewire your brain to certain things. You have to constantly be, developing, listening to those podcasts, reading books, getting better as a person if you want your business to flourish. That's something that I, like, did not anticipate, like, correlating when I started a business was that is something that's, like, changed me. Like, owning a business has completely changed me into a better person. And like you said, like, now more than ever, I'm so intentional with the people I surround myself with. What am I consuming, like, listening to on the daily? Because people don't, like, realize how much that, like, affects you, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you are constantly, you got friends or you're on Facebook or whatever social media and you're just constantly consuming negative, 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 negative. The world is ending, negative, hate, hate, hate.
Don't watch the news.
Don't watch that. Just turn the news off, please.
Yes.
But really, like, you subconsciously start to put out that energy because you're consuming that energy, right? Just a forewarning. I know this is like our first topic episode, but me and Leslie are a little woo-woo. You're going to find that out. We are a little woo-woo.
No.
We very much believe in, energies and, things like that. So
Where your energy flows, your energy goes, or something like that.
yeah. So, yeah, there was a saying you were talking and I was thinking of a saying. There's like a quote, but I cannot think of it right now. But yeah, just do it, girl. Just have the audacity to start.
There it is. Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do is just get started. I met a lady, a couple months ago at one of my networking events, and she has not started her business yet, but she showed up and she put herself in a room full of women who do have businesses or a corporate job or career, professional setting. And I had a conversation with her, and I was really inspired by her because I told her, this is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. Like, you got up, you got ready, you came here, and you're talking to me about your goals and what you're going to do in this next year, starting your business and your ideas. I wish I would have done that. Like, I did a panel too for one of my real estate classes, and they had asked me, what do you wish you did sooner, before you get your license? I said, network. I wish I would have started networking sooner. Of course, you have your network events where it's not beneficial, but you just have to, it's almost like when you are searching for a therapist and you're like, okay, you're not going to work. Let me try someone else. Same thing with networking groups. Okay, this isn't a great one. Like, these people are more transactional. I'm looking to benefit here and here and here. Go to another one. You'll find your people.
Yes.
And you'll find those conversations that you need and that motivation or advice or whatever it is just to get started. And I think that's huge. It was just get out there and do it. you
Yeah.
know, like, and it's easier said than done, right? I can tell you, sit here and say, hey, just do it, just
Fact.
do it. Because I told myself that for like 4 years, you know, just do it, just make that leap, make that move. And it took me some time, but you know, when you're ready, you're ready, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. So coming in to the new year, right? We are a few weeks away now, which is crazy. Like this year flew by. Not mad about it though, you know.
Yeah.
New
I'm like,
opportunities.
what year is it again?
Where are we going? But definitely, you know, like write out, you know, your goals, your plan, but like take action. That's what I was gonna say. You can absorb all of this knowledge, right? You can listen to the podcast, you can read the books, you can go to the seminars, you can go to the networking groups and absorb all of this information, but without doing, you don't know, right? That information is useless if you're not putting it to use, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're not actually putting the action with the plan, it's there's no point, right? So you have to put some action behind it. And how do you eat an elephant? I know that's like such a crazy analogy.
I've never heard that one.
You've never heard
I'm excited to hear it. What?
how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So like baby steps.
Yeah.
I can't believe you never heard that.
I know. I'm gonna start saying
I hear it all the time, so I just think it's like cheesy. But honestly, like one bite at a time, one baby step at a time, just mark it off.
Yeah.
Right? And just start. So I think that wraps up that episode. What do you think? Is there anything you want to
Hold on, I have one more. We need a practical tip. Sorry, Matt. So you started your business at 21, and then you've just kind of ran with it at that point. So what was one thing that you did that really helped drive that forward and really helped drive your business forward that you did?
Can you ask the question again? Sorry.
I know, right? I messed it all up.
Okay.
Okay. What is one thing that you did when you started your business that really helped drive it forward?
That's a great question. Let me think about that for a second. So what did I do when I first started? I did my research. I did some research. I talked it over with my husband and I just kind of went for it. Like honestly, guys, I had no idea what I was doing. And I just was like, I've got to make something happen for my family. And so I did all of the research that I could consume, which was probably, honestly, a couple of days of research. And then I just started. I joined a Facebook group that was like professional cleaners.
Okay.
And just kind of went through all of the posts that they had, the advice that they were giving to new cleaners, watched a couple YouTube videos, and I really just, I didn't even put a plan together.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need this supply, like these supplies, and obviously I'm gonna have to like create some type of social media so people can find me and book with me, and then that was it. And somehow I started getting clients. I don't even remember, to be honest with you, what, like, who my first client was, which is crazy, but I just started, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I know, going back to like energy, it's all energy. Because one thing I've noticed too, and I know you said we kind of think like woo woo, but I've paid attention to this and I've seen it work multiple times this past year, where I have nothing in the pipeline. Like I have no business. I'm like, I don't even know where my next client's coming from. I don't know when I'm going to get paid again. I'm just gonna talk about real estate and I'm going to post on social media and I'm going to put things out there. And when I just did that, like focus my energy on that, then I would just randomly get a phone call and I'm like, that's never happened, you know, like, hey, I want to buy and somebody told me about you. And so it really is like focusing your energy on the wins and focusing around what you're doing and putting yourself out there and marketing. I've gone to like coffee shops and hung up flyers.
Yes, I have to get creative.
Yes, you have to get creative, especially, I mean, same thing with cleaners. There's a million realtors. There's a million cleaners. Like, why are we choosing you?
Yes.
Focus on what makes you different, what makes you unique, and your clients that mesh with you will come to you. You guys will find each other, and I 100% believe in that.
Yes. That is such a good tip. Like, you have to it doesn't have to be anything major to set you apart, but just,
Mhm.
kind of because you are a brand, right? You are the brand, you are a brand, and putting that out there will, just like you said, the energy you put out is the energy you will receive.
Mhm.
And so eventually you will find your people that you're looking for, whether that's clients, whether that's, other business owners that you can collaborate with, or whatever the case may be. You put that energy out that you wanna receive, and it will come back to you. Like, I've seen it work just as
Tenfold.
just as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Amen.
that's good.
Amen. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So our topic today was the audacity to begin, and our advice is just begin, be audacious,
Yeah.
and do it. Do it to it, girl.